senses the virtue or defect of certain things. Views regarding belief in the unity of Godhead Tawhid. In the matter of Tawhid, the school of al-Bayt believes in absolute tanziyah, absolution from similarity, because the Almighty Allah says, "Nothing is like him, and he is the hearing, the seeing." 42:11. In addition to this, the school of al-Bayt believes that it is impossible to see Allah with the physical eyes, because the Almighty Allah says, "Vision comprehends him not, and he comprehends all vision." 6:103. It is not correct to associate the Almighty Allah with the qualities of the creatures, because the divine statement is, "Glory be to him, and highly exalted is he above what they ascribe to him." 6:100. And, "Glory to the Lord of the heavens and the earth, the Lord of power, from what they describe." 43:82. Views regarding divine justice, Adl. The school of al-Bayt considers the Almighty Allah to be just, and they deny that he can ever be unjust. Allah, the Mighty and the High, says, "Surely Allah does not do injustice to the weight of an atom." 4:40. And, "Surely Allah does not do any injustice to men, but men are unjust to themselves." 10:44. Views regarding prophethood, Nubuwwat. The message of the school of al-Bayt regarding prophethood is that the prophets were absolutely infallible, as the Almighty Allah says, "And it is not attributable to a prophet that he should act unfaithfully, and he who acts unfaithfully shall bring that in respect of which he has acted unfaithfully on the day of resurrection." 3:161. And, say, "Surely, I fear, if I disobey my Lord, the chastisement of a grievous day." 6:15. The school of al-Bayt considers the prophets infallible in recognizing divine revelation too. The Almighty Allah says, "And if he had fabricated against us some of the sayings." 69:44. We would certainly have seized him by the right hand. 69:45. Then we would certainly have cut off his aorta. 69:46. This school also regards the angels to be infallible. They do not disobey Allah in what he commands them, and do as they are commanded. 66:6. Views regarding belief in imamate, succession to the Prophet. According to the view of al-Bayt, imamate is a divine office, and a fallible cannot be an imam. The condition of infallibility is necessary for the greater imamate, and the greater imamate denotes the successorship of the Holy Prophet in all material and spiritual matters worldly, and those of the hereafter. This Shia view is based on the following verse. "And when his Lord tried Ibrahim with certain words, he fulfilled them. He said, 'Surely, I will make you an imam of men.' Ibrahim said, 'And of my offspring. My covenant does not include the unjust,' said he." 2:124. In other words, based on confirmed text, we have reached the conclusion that the dreams of the prophets and the imams are also true, and the Almighty Allah has protected them from the mistake of dream also. 34. The value of logical reasoning in the school of al-Bayt. In between the extreme stands adopted by the Mu'tazila and Ash'ira, the school of al-Bayt accords a special position to intellect. As Sheikh Mufid A.R. writes, "If someone says that widely related traditions are not available regarding the imams of the imamate faith, and only solitary narrations exist about them, it will have no effect on our faith, because along with solitary reports we also have with us logical proofs that prove the necessity of the existence of the imams of guidance. And, God forbid, if these narrational reports had been invalid, as the opponents say, the necessary conclusion is that those logical proofs, that make the imamate of the imams necessary, would also have become invalid." 35. The Sheikh further writes, "Through divine opportunity, tawfiq and will of the Almighty Allah, in this book, I shall explain the difference between the faith of Shias and that of Mu'tazila. Along with this, I shall contrast the belief of Shias regarding divine justice with the belief of Mu'tazila." 36. Sheikh Saduq Muhammad ibn Babawahi died 381 AH says, "The practice of the Almighty Allah is that first he imbues the intellect with a vision of the reality of something. After that he invites towards that thing. Because if there is no prior imagination of this thing, calling to it will not serve any purpose. Things create a picture of themselves in the intellect, and also inform about their opposites. If the denial of prophets had been there in intellect from the beginning, the Almighty Allah would never have sent any prophet. 37. Sheikh Saduq further writes, "The most correct statement regarding this matter is that we have recognized Allah through Allah Himself. Because if we had recognized Allah through our intellect, this intellect is also given by Allah, and if we have recognized Allah through the prophets and imams, they had also been sent by the Almighty Allah. And it is He that appointed them as His proof. And if we have recognized Allah on our own, we ourselves also are creations of Allah. Therefore, whatever may be the medium of understanding the divine reality, Ma'rifat, its final conclusion would only be that we have recognized Allah through Allah Himself." 38. This attitude towards the intellect, that is to consider it at par with the prophets and the imams of guidance, is the special distinction of the Imamiyya faith, and other than the school of all al-Bayt, intellect is not accorded such a position. Regarding Imam Ja'far as Sadiq, there is a tradition that if Allah had not been there, we would not have been recognized, and if we had not been there, Allah would not have been recognized. 39. In the explanation of this tradition, Sheikh Saduq writes that it means that if the divine proofs Hujjat had not been there, Allah would not have been recognized completely, and if Allah had not been there, no one would have recognized the proofs. 40. View of all al-Bayt, on scholastic debates. There are two types of opinions regarding such debate. In the view of all al-Hadith, to have any discussion on issues related to scholastic theology is absolutely unlawful and is prohibited, whereas the Mu'tazila have solely relied on discussions of scholastic theology. Both these views are extreme. The view of the school of all al-Bayt, is between the two extremes, and it has a moderate opinion. Regarding debates, the school of all al-Bayt, in light of the Holy Quran, says that debates are of two types. Good debates and the bad or undesirable ones. Call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and goodly exhortation, and have disputations with them in the best manner. Surely your Lord best knows those who go astray from His path, and He knows best those who follow the right way. 16. 125. Interpreting the views of the school of all al-Bayt, or regarding debates, Sheikh Mufid writes, "The Congregation of the Truthful Ones has ordered a group from among its followers that they must not debate with opponents, and ordered another group that they should debate with opponents and call them to truth. Keeping in view the conditions of both groups, the Imams have issued different commands. To each of them, they have ordered only that group that is capable to prove the truth and falsify falsehood to have debates." 41. In that statement by Sheikh Mufid, Congregation of the Truthful Ones denotes the infallible Imams from the purified progeny of the Prophet, whose infallibility is announced by the Almighty Allah, and whom Allah has kept purified from all impurities, as He says, "Allah only desires to keep away the uncleanness from you, O people of the house, and to purify you a thorough purifying." 33. That Congregation of the Truthful Ones comprises those infallible personalities regarding whom the Almighty Allah has said, "O, you who believe, be careful of your duty to Allah and be with the true ones." 9. 119. The Congregation of the Truthful comprises Imams of guidance whose imamate is mentioned in the traditions of the Holy Prophet and every Imam issued statement regarding the next Imam till their number was complete. Announcements regarding the Imams of guidance are present in traditions in various wordings, and their number is also mentioned in the traditions of the Prophet and clear text. Nas is also present on the first of these Imams. Those who wish to study this subject in detail can refer to the respective books. 42. The necessary of contemplation towards understanding of divine reality. Ma'rifat. In the school of all al-Bayt, intellect, AQL and Sharia are not considered as opponents of each other. They are considered as allies. As Sheikh Saduq has written that Prophet Ibrahim, first looked at the Venus, then the moon and then the sun, and when he found all of them transitory, he said, "O my